Yeah, I like Dai's painting, like especially the
Thank you.
hair. So I kind of, yeah, I colored
You mean
in
the
the
one
hair.
I showed you last time?
Huh?
Which
Oh,
painting?
the rice paper one.
Oh, the one I just hurry. I was in a hurry. Just showed you that one.
Yeah,
This one.
yeah, I liked it a lot. Yeah. Wow, it's good.
Mhm.
Okay.
I could do better, but I didn't spend time. Just quickly. Okay.
Wow, I like it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I thought the other two people would come, so I included some of the background information I presented last time, but I guess Cian didn't attend last time. Should I?
Yeah, I don't mind get refreshed with the
Okay.
thing again. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Advanced paintings on rice paper inspired by prints. I want to present some information about Kuchi-e prints. They're usually of women. The meaning of Kuchi-e is very interesting to examine. It is translated usually as mouth picture. They were used to be the cover of magazines, novels, and books. These prints depicted the culture of the Meiji period in Japan. They were created from original woodblock prints. There were also typical print sizes. These sizes would allow the Kuchi-e artwork to fit into a magazine after being folded once or twice.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What did that mean by a mouse picture?
Like mouse
Ko,
is like
I guess ko is ko. Yeah, the Japanese. Kuchi,
uh,
koji, I guess. Yeah. But why is called a mouse
mouse
picture?
is like the entrance to the magazine, I think. I'm not sure why.
Oh, opening the
Um,
cover page or something. Opening.
I
Yeah.
think that's why. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, sure. The Kuchi-e size would allow the Kuchi-e artwork to fit into a magazine after being folded once or twice, and they were created during the 1890s to 1910s. In Japanese, Kuchi-e is written like this. The Kuchi-e were sometimes printed on single pages or two facing pages, but the most common version is being in a folded style on sheets of paper much larger than the books they were inside. This folded style was called orikomi. In orikomi, the smaller edge of the Kuchi-e print corresponded to the height of the book. This narrower side was bound to the spine of the book. The longer side of the Kuchi-e print could go up to 11 3/4 inches or around 30 centimeters. In orikomi, these Kuchi-e could be spread out for viewing purposes. Kuchi-e prints offer perspectives on Meiji life. And this Nishiki prints are the woodblock prints that are multicolored. And here I have some context of the Kuchi-e prints. In the 1860s, the Tokugawa rule ended, and young samurai brought Mutsuhito, or later known as Emperor Meiji, from Kyoto to Tokyo to be the new ruler. These samurai tried to bring European influences in civilization and technology to Japan. The samurai imported a new calendar, postal system, legal system, educational system, and other innovations. There was also a conservative reaction to this, wanting to keep traditional Japanese customs. The Kuchi-e was born from this conservative reaction. There was this conservative reaction in literature and the visual arts. This became a fresh synthesis of the Kuchi-e, where there was the impact of West on Japan. In 1890, artist Watanabe Seitei created a multicolor Kuchi-e print for the novel Devotion to Education for Marriage by Yamada Bimyo. And at this time, lithography and metal plate etching were available. Woodblock printing came to Japan from China during the time when Chinese characters were also adopted into the Japanese language and had been there for more than 1,000 years. The process of printing with natural materials such as cherry wood, handmade paper, plant and mineral materials was integral to what it meant to be Japanese. These two aspects were a comfortable link with the past for the Japanese. And what were the precursors of Kuchi-e? The Buddhist monks would use movable wooden type to print sutras and religious texts. This was similar to Kuchi-e, which were illustrations for texts such as the above. Another precursor of Kuchi-e were the izoshi, which were woodblock printed books that had both text with Japanese characters and images. Usually both elements were printed on the same page, and both elements occupied an equal amount of space. This is what I presented last time about the Xuan paper. And yeah, this is just some information that I presented before. The Xuan paper can either be sized or unsized. To size Xuan paper, you would add the gelatin and alum mixture to the paper. Sized Xuan paper is better for precise gongbi paintings, and unsized Xuan paper is better for Lingnan style paintings or xie paintings. Yeah, and I also presented about Chinese brushstrokes. There are several basic brushstrokes. There are 中锋, 顺风, 侧锋, and 散锋. It is also possible to make gradations with your brushstrokes. And here's a video I showed before about Henry Lee painting. And some information about Chinese brush paintings. If it has a technique.
Do you want to show it again, the video? Did Xian look at this? Or Xian knew all this 侧锋、中锋。
She doesn't know. Should I show it now or later? I don't know.
Ask Xian if she's interested. Yeah.
Do you want to see this right now? Okay. Okay, I'll show it now then.
How long? I forgot how long it
Oh,
was.
it's long.
Okay.
I guess we can just watch a section of it.
Yeah,
I
just
think it's a few.
section.
Oh,
Explain the stroke.
To find remote work from home and flexible.
With light blue, and I mix a little ink to get a gray blue tone.
I don't see the
So
video.
my brush is loaded with
You
light.
don't see it?
No.
Oh, sorry. I didn't share. Sorry.
Light gray blue
Okay.
first. Then I touch a little bit dark ink to the very tip and dilute it a little bit. So there's a gradation from dark gray to light gray blue. And I hold this brush like slanting position. So I start from the back of the blue heron. I start in the opposite direction first. And gradually lift the brush. And I load the brush again in the same fashion. Light, blue, gray, a little bit dark ink. Okay. The head is a head and a neck connected in one stroke. Head, neck. So notice the quick turn I made right after the head. Stop to a too big, like an S letter. That would be too loose, so it will not be very nice shape. So make a quick turn between the head and the neck. Here's the crown. Okay, and then I dry the brush. Dry the brush with a paper towel.
散风
Then
露
load
死
dark ink.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit dark, not too much. So you got very dry brush, contrast with the wet body. Now I change to a stiff brush to do the beak with dark ink. First of all, dot the eye. Because it's gonna smear, so I dot little dot. It would leave room for smearing. And the beak. Start from heavy and lift the brush. Neck. That's one. Maybe repeat this. Load the gray ink. Sometimes I can start directly from the head instead of the back. So I loaded the brush the same way with a gray, blue, and then a little bit ink, tiny little bit. So this one is, I start from the head, turn, down, stop, avoid the beak, just like that. Then I stop, dark ink. complete the tail. Okay. And now back to stiff brush. Use stiff and soft brush ordering.
Okay, I guess.
You need
is
to
that
use paper
all?
towel.
Or,
Adjust.
huh? What? Do you want to watch more? You don't. No. Oh, okay. Okay. About Chinese brush paintings. If it has a technique, the painting can show contemplation and delicacy. There's the essence of the Chinese philosophy and spirit. The painting does not have to be realistic. Those who create brush paintings need to study the techniques, elements, and principles of traditional brush and ink painting, also called 笔墨画. And one can vary the painting by using different degrees of pressure, speed, and moisture. How does one add Chinese philosophy and spirit into the painting? And this is my explanation of my inspiration. In my paintings on rice paper, I like to combine Japanese prints and Chinese brush painting. This is the practice that I have with paintings on rice paper. I like to combine these two cultures because I would like to contrast them. I think the line drawings copying Japanese prints are interesting compared to the expressiveness of the Chinese brush painting. And yeah, I showed this last time. I would like to show some famous Kuchi-e artist work. Some famous artists of this genre include Hirozaki Eiho, Ikeda Shoen, Kiyokata Kaburagi, and others. It is said that many of the great artists of the time made Kuchi-e because it provided a reliable income. And I showed these images already, but Hirozaki Eiho. Yeah, Beauty and a Mirror. Hirozaki Eiho, Beauty Otomi. This depicts the heroine Yoko Bushi Otomi from the popular kabuki play Yowana Sake Ukina no Yokogushi. And he was the student of the famous painter and printmaker Toshihide Migita. Ikeda Shoen, Portrait of a Young Woman. Ikeda Shoen was a woman and studied with Mizuno Toshikata. She is one of the most respected female painters in Eastern Japan. Ikeda Shoen, November, balmy autumn weather. Kiyokata Kaburagi, Cosmos. He became a student of Toshikata Mizuno, and his first job was illustrating. Oh wow. Is this the one you copied? Oh, wow. Oh, I can't hear you, but oh.
I mean, this is the one I copied,
Oh,
but I
really?
didn't have time to do the color and
Oh,
also the flowers thingy. Yeah.
oh, cool. I like your drawing. your painting. His first job was illustrating for a Tokyo newspaper called Yamato Shinbun. Kiyokata Kaburagi, Tipsy Beauty. Kajita Hanko, Girl and Maple Leaves. He was an apprentice of Nabeta Gyokui. Book for further inspiration, woodblock Kuchi-e prints, reflections of Meiji culture. And I like Kuchi-e because it combines the aesthetic of the Japanese prints, but also has a realistic feel to it. I'm interested in the portrayal of beautiful women. Also, I have been trying to add a background to my Kuchi-e imitation. I pay attention to the kimono and try to add a pattern to it too. Painting the Kuchi-e on the rice paper could be difficult to add a pattern to the kimono because the rice paper absorbs everything. And I think painting is more contemplative and slower than drawing. So you should take your time in painting. I don't know. And I like dyes. I try to color in the hair this time. And yeah, these are on watercolor papers. And you can see I tried to add a pattern to the kimono, but yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. And this is my older rice paper Kuchi-e imitations. I already showed
That those lines are not from brush, right?
No, it's the ink pen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a kind of painting more precise. I mean, easier to control or whatever. It's different.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's harder with the soft brush, the strokes.
Okay.
It takes practice to have it. Like if you want this counter, whether you can really achieve that, or you want to have a dense part, or it's just.
Okay.
So very often it became broken, like yeah.
Oh, the pen, you mean? The
Not the pen, the brush one is
sorry.
harder than.
Oh yeah.
For example, if you want to paint this with a thin brush, it's harder to achieve the same thing that you could do with just hard ball pen, ink pen, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but you put the combination of the colored part using brush, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're Chinese watercolors.
Yeah, but isn't it better if you have a consistency of the fabric? For example, the clothes. What happened to the area that you didn't put any color?
Oh, yeah. It's kind of.
Yeah, because if without color, they look like 工笔画, right? I mean, it's not even 工笔. So people practice with the 工笔. They look like a solid lines, but they were done by the brush, thin brush, yeah.
Okay.
But if you put the color, then people expect certain consistency. It doesn't mean everywhere you have to have a color, but you have to have some appearance That's reflect the natural clothing or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or you were just practicing the strokes to
No,
put the color.
uh
You want this total effect like this or not? That's all I'm asking.
I guess it's not finished, so I would like to
Okay.
paint it completely.
This is not the final appearance of a painting you would like to.
Okay, yeah.
This is halfway or just part of it. Okay.
And yeah, my combination of the Chinese painting with the Japanese print drawings. And yeah, and lastly, my assignment, can you, oh, sorry, not on rice paper, but well, either rice paper or watercolor paper that imitate the Kuchi-e style, but also has a background and pattern on it. Yeah.
The patterned kimono is the wood prints or something, like a maple leaves or bamboo.
Yeah, some kind of pattern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some pattern look like a prints.
Yeah.
Wood prints. I see. Oh, this is what you were creating.
Yeah,
The color part. You were trying to create the wood print parts. Isn't that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I have a pattern here and I don't know. I'm just interested.
Or the bird flying and then a person. You mean the bird is the bird flying phoenix or something flying that one?
Oh.
Yeah. Do you mean the phoenix?
No, I don't mean that. On the kimono.
How about you give one that we should imitate that has a wood?
Yeah, like
wood print background, like those bamboo plants or maple leaf, that kind of thing in the background of a portrait of something.
Yeah, like they have the pattern on the kimono and
which part is the pattern you mean?
Like the clothing, just the clothing. Yeah.
Okay. For this one, what is the pattern? The next one. No, the second next.
Yeah,
one more next. No,
yeah,
next.
Sorry, which one?
Yeah.
This one?
This one. No,
yeah,
no, the last
one.
You mean the pattern on the fabric?
Yeah.
Oh. You mean the fabric has certain printed fabric pattern?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, maybe checker or flower and repetitive pattern on the dress.
Yeah.
And they look like by printing, by wood print, not by drawing. But we do it on watercolor paper or rice paper, creating that kind of effect. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I want to know what the assignment is exactly is. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, the lady, the lady with the red dress, the first one. Yeah. You mean the pattern of her red dress?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Flower
Yeah.
pattern. I see. It's a repetitive patterns on her dress. Or the other lady had a pattern of square shaped pattern, design patterns.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I understand. But are these done by print or by the brush?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's their prints, but
By wood prints, I see. And then they paint with some lines by
yeah.
brush. I see.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the print is because they want to repeat. They want to make copies of many books or something. Yeah. Well, I don't know then, but then the painting, the drawing has to be printed too.
The drawing. Oh.
Yeah, the lines, they have to be exactly the same if they are to produce books.
Right.
They don't draw each book cover a new fresh line.
Okay.
So what is the original? Originally, they have to paint a painting with brush.
Yeah.
And then create wood blocks for creating different colors. You have different molds or something like that, right? They cover it.
Yeah.
Like a 4-color or 5-color, and then different sets of things would give you darker red or lighter red. Each time they make a print or something, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it won't be the same between the many copies of the books.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you showed one time how do they do the wood carving and then printing.
Yeah.
And then they press, remember, and they push hard on the surface of the paper and then create a copy of the print, wood print. Yeah.
Okay.
But they have to print many times with different molds, the carved mold for different color. And some are just purely black lines, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Mm.
Yeah, that's all I have today. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what did you find from your own practice?
What did I find?
Yeah, it's a difficult or interesting or easy, or which part you feel you want to improve more or you want to explore more or
Oh, sorry.
but did you have one that imitates one of the works you admire yourself?
You mean which one do I imitate?
Yeah, or do you have one you never show us that? For example, you want us to do a work. We create one, but
okay.
imitate their method. But which
that
one of yours is the one that we should look after? Like we would make our assignment piece similar to one of your piece. Do you have a piece like that? Or you don't have one, you just want us to do, and then you will continue to do yours or something? or you think you could do equally well or even better than those artists because you admire their work, or you, at least you think their work's good, so you want to create something similar. You want us to do similar thing.
Yeah, you can see their kimonos are all have some kind of pattern on it, and sometimes their background is blank, and sometimes there's a background.
What does background position in terms of your language for pattern? Does background painting or anything part of the thing you call the pattern, or you just refer the pattern of the dress?
Yeah, I just mean the pattern of the dress. Yeah.
Okay, I want to make clear because
okay.
Because the background can have certain pattern too.
Yeah.
I wasn't clear. For example, the plant, the flower, it's kind of pattern, or like the structure, the one in the back is certain pattern. I wasn't sure what you mean by pattern. You mean on the dress of the women? There's certain pattern, especially with the color or flower or something, some design, the pattern. Okay.
Cool. Should I stop the recording, or I don't know?
Yeah, I'd like to see your paintings.
Me?
Okay. Show us again your own paintings in this direction. Yeah.
Okay.
In your PowerPoint, you had yours.
Yeah, I like how you did the hair, so
So for this piece, you were trying to work on the hair, something like that.
Yeah.
And also pattern, you're trying to make flower or something, right?
Yeah, there's a pattern here.
Pattern. Yeah, that's what I mean. You want us to do similar things.
Yeah,
But when you are done with it, I know this probably you still want to work more. Are you going to have additional lines, darker or colored, whatever, to define more where the hand would be, and then where the sleeve, that folding would be? Are you going to do that, or you just want to finish like this?
Do what? Sorry. Make a color in the other part, you mean?
Yeah, do you want to paint more in terms of dark lines, whether it's colored or combination of black and the color, to define more like where the hand will be, the fingers, the dress, and the folding the line? Are you going to do more? That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, so what about next piece?
Yeah, this I tried to add a pattern to.
The pattern, you're working with the plum blossom pattern.
Yeah,
they are pretty.
Thanks. Yeah,
but
you look here.
I hope you have a more complete one piece.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You are working on creating.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe we have to do many like yours in order to create that ultimate final piece, right?
Yeah.
We'll. Okay.
Cool.
Well, your assignment is a lot of work.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I will try to do the work because even you can finish one with very complete everything, right? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I will try. It's interesting. It's interesting. It reflected today. I probably the first time I missed part of it. I don't remember. Remember, one time I was not aware your lecture and I was outside.
Oh,
and I rushed back. Maybe I
oh,
missed some. I don't know whether it was this lecture or not, but
no.
I remember listening to the philosophy you wanted to study this, the combination of a Chinese 写意 and the Japanese more like 工笔, like more defined, like the print like thing together.
Oh,
I did hear you last time, but I thought I probably missed that point. You said this method or the way they painted somehow reflected conservative part to the introduction of all Western
oh,
thing, like a law system, mail system, or the education system. You were discussing the movement of from conservative part, and
oh,
this painting in the artwork reflect that one or something.
oh,
That
cool.
was interesting. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Is it because the methodology or because of the subjects? Like these are the women wearing traditional Japanese clothing instead of Western style. You know,
Oh,
men will wear shoes and the ladies may wear Western dress. You know.
uh-huh.
Do you know this Kuchi-e reflect the conservative part through the images of a lady's dress and the hairstyle, or the methodology is more of Japanese traditional? If so, what would be the new or Western technique in art introduced at that time?
Oh, yeah.
So my question is, I have two parts. One is the method that it's more of Japanese traditional, more conservative, or the subjects, like the ladies'
yeah.
dress or their hairstyle or their, expression, their life story.
Oh,
Those are or the book itself. They were covers of novels or inserts of the novels, or the book title was more of a traditional story or something, or I just don't know in what sense this
oh,
Kuchi-e reflect the conservative part.
oh, right.
So that's the first part of the question. Second, if it is the technique that or more conservative, but then what was the new technique introduced to the Japan art world
Oh, cool.
from the West art world, or I wasn't clear. Could it be both? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure either.
Why it reflects the more conservative part? Well, to us, I was not sensitive anyway. Japanese painting, they all have different Japanese figures, right? Lady or something. But it was interesting, when you introduce the background, and it became one way of making book pictures or insert or covers, whatever, at that time. Of course, people don't use this anymore, or at least not popular. You have modern way of creating book pictures, of course. But so at that time, it was like that. Okay, I learned, but why it's conservative or represent, or yeah, I wasn't clear.
Okay, yeah. I think The part that's conservative is the wood block printing technique and using the
because wood block was introduced when then? You mean it's much older technique?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then what was the new Western or more advanced or radical method besides the wood block print at that time?
I'm not.
Well, to us now it is conservative, it's the old style, yeah. But at that time, why it represent the traditional or conservative part? If it is a method part, what was new at that time in our world? Could be new technique to produce cover, book covers or something.
Yeah, I was reading the same book I recommended. There's a sample online.
A book? Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah. Yeah, the book is talking about a different printing technique that was more modern, I think.
A book. Oh, this is a book written by.
It's the same book I was recommending. Just the same. This is the book I found.
Devotion to. Oh, wood block, Kuchi-e prints. I see.
And yeah, the book talks about the history a little.
You bought the book on Amazon?
No, I found
it's an online book.
Sample online, yeah.
Oh, when was that written or published? This book? And written by whom?
Sorry. 2000.
Oh, quite recently. Helen Mary. Okay. Oh, 3 authors. Reflections of Meiji culture. Oh.
Yeah, the different kind of printing method was more modern, I think.
At that time, you mean there were more modern techniques, but these Kuchi-e still push on their wood block printing.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. So it is about method. It's not about the subjects.
Oh, it could be too. I don't know. Yeah.
Or combination. Yeah, whatever. Okay. It's clear. Okay.
Here says.
Yeah, can you send us a title or the information in the.
Okay, yeah.
In your note, or a copy of your PowerPoint. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can send you my PowerPoint. Yeah. It says here metal type printing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If the wood block was more traditional, or they existed much earlier already. What was the new method at the time? Yeah, why people say it's more conservative? Okay.
Yeah, it has more to say. Yeah, I can send you.
Yeah, I don't remember when the Western world, the method of using metal for etching, the prints. I knew that method. I just don't remember when they were, invented or applied.
Okay.
Yeah. It takes the advance in chemistry. Then people knew using what solution to etch off what metal, Yeah.
Okay.
So they were not as early as a wood block, but I wasn't sure when. And so what was the comparison between the two? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Wood block could exist long, long ago. It's like a Chinese always use wood block